Hey dudes, SilviteSoltis here, back with another Classic Plus idea video for you. World of Warcraft has been out for 2 decades. In that time, we've seen a whole host of new classes join the game. Death Knights, Monks, and Demon Hunters to name a few. That said, original Classic only had 9. Priests, Paladins, Warriors, Mages, Druids, Hunters, Shamans, Warlocks, and Rogues. It was pretty simple, but we all enjoyed it. Today though, 2 decades later, it's 2024, and we're all looking forward to a new adventure in Azeroth when Blizzard finally brings the dream of Classic Plus to life. And while many of us will want to jump right back onto our favorite classes, it might be cool to explore something different. Imagine if Blizzard introduced some new classes that expanded roles and lore without losing the magic of Classic. Well, today, I thought it might be fun to explore a few class concepts that would fit perfectly into Azeroth, each with lore-rich backgrounds, unique roles, and gameplay styles that feel just right for Classic WoW. Before getting into it though, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notifications when I release new Classic content. I've got a lot more planned, and I hope to have you join me along the way. But with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Here are 8 possible classes that Blizzard could consider adding as they expand their original gameplay in Classic Plus. First up, we have the necromancer, an idea that's deeply rooted in the darker parts of Warcraft's history. In Warcraft 3, we saw how necromancers served the Lich King, using forbidden magic to control the undead and manipulate the forces of death. However, it's possible that not all necromancers are allied with the Scourge. In Classic Plus, we could see independent necromancers drawn to dark magic for knowledge or power, harnessing the forbidden arts in service to the Horde and the Alliance without falling to corruption. Necromancers could feature 3 unique specializations: soulbinding, focusing on summoning undead minions like skeleton ghouls or even tanky abominations; Death's Embrace, utilizing shadow-based DPS spells and life-draining abilities; and Blightbringer, spreading deadly diseases and debuffs to weaken enemies over time. With lore rooted in the shadowy practices of necromancy, this class would be ideal for players who want to walk a fine line between dark magic and mortality. Next, let's talk about the Bard, a class that players have been itching to play for decades. While bards are often known for their magical music, their role in Classic Plus could tap into Azeroth's ancient lore as mystical storytellers, historians, and morale boosters. Bards could fit into the world of Classic as spiritual descendants of highborn musicians, wandering minstrels, or even secret agents who use charm and subterfuge to sway the course of events. The Bard could serve as a true support class and could include 3 powerful specs: Minstrel, focusing on healing and support with inspiring songs and buffs; Dirge, using haunting shadowy melodies to weaken and debilitate enemies; and Battle Chant, enhancing allies with battle cries that improve attack speed, crit chance, and resilience. Bards would fill a unique support role in Classic Plus, providing powerful utility and crowd control abilities while enhancing group morale with musical spells and buffs. Now let's move on to something a bit more mechanical with the Tinker, inspired by the ingenuity of Goblin and Gnomish engineers. Tinkers have always been a part of Warcraft lore, creating the contraptions, explosives, and machines that we see throughout Azeroth. In Classic Plus, the Tinker could be a playable class, bringing new mechanics and technology-based skills to the table. The Tinker could have 3 specs: Gadgeteer for deploying turrets and explosives, the Chemist for throwing vials and using potions that could heal allies or harm enemies, and the Engineering spec for summoning robotic pets like golems or drones. Tinkers could be tanks, DPS, or support, with their advanced tech adding a unique flavor to Azeroth while keeping the original gritty vibe of Classic Plus alive. Next, we have the Witch Doctor, a class rooted in troll culture and the dark magic of voodoo. Witch doctors have long been a part of Warcraft history, drawing on spirits and curses to protect their people. A playable witch doctor could channel their deep connection to the spirit world, using unique voodoo spells to heal, harm, and curse enemies. Witch doctors could have a spirit channeler spec that focuses on spirit healing, calling on ancestral powers to heal allies. They could have a hexmaster spec that casts debilitating curses and hexes on enemies. And they could have a voodoo warrior spec, which would empower melee attacks through spirit-based enhancements. This class would bring a mystical and spiritual vibe to Classic Plus, perfect for the players who love the dark arts, but also want to maintain some sort of connection to nature and tradition. My own personal favorite potential new class, the Battle Mage combines the physical prowess of a warrior with the raw arcane power of a mage. Battle mages have appeared in Warcraft lore as elite soldiers capable of wielding both weapons and spells. In Classic Plus, they'd be a powerful frontline spellcaster, drawing on the discipline of both melee combat and arcane magic. Battle mages could offer 3 specializations: Spellblade for enhancing melee strikes with elemental damage, Arcane Vanguard, a tank spec using magic shields and arcane barriers, and Flamecaller, focusing on powerful fire spells that pack a punch in close combat. This class would provide a unique melee caster hybrid, blending magic with melee attacks, perfect for those who want to channel both power and might. Up next, the Rune Master. The Rune Master would bring an ancient and mystical approach to melee combat, inspired by the magical tattoo traditions of Taurens and dwarves. Rune Masters tap into elemental and spiritual power by etching magical runes onto their skin, and each rune empowers them with special abilities. Utilizing such ancient arts, Rune Masters are deeply tied to the primal forces of Azeroth. Rune Masters could have 3 powerful specs: Strength for empowered melee strikes and enhanced physical abilities, Resilience to serve as a tank with defensive earth-based magic, and Elementalist, channeling lightning, water, and earth into their attacks. With a blend of martial and magical abilities, the Rune Master would appeal to players seeking a unique, rune-based combat style in Classic Plus. Next up, we have the Demon Hunter, a fan favorite and one which would take on a very different role in Classic Plus. Unlike the Demon Hunters of the Legion expansion and beyond, a classic Demon Hunter could be heavily influenced by Night Elf lore, and have a specific focus on Illidan's early teachings, as well as his followers. They would not have any sort of metamorphosis, but instead rely primarily on using forbidden magic, agility, and anti-demon abilities. A classic version of Demon Hunter could have a Darkstalker spec, which focuses on stealth, evasion, and anti-demon abilities, a Fel Siphoner spec, which drains and redirects demonic energies using shadow-based attacks, and a Warden of Shadows spec, providing crowd control and disruption, especially against demons. This class would stay true to Illidan's earliest teachings and provide a uniquely disciplined anti-demon playstyle, without the more extreme, full-blown demonic powers utilized in later versions of this class. And finally, we have the Spellblade, an arcane warrior inspired by ancient highborn traditions and the magical elite of the Night Elves. Spellblades were once spellcasters who specialized in weapon-based arcane arts. In Classic, they could be a disciplined, weapon-wielding mage with a connection to Azeroth's arcane heritage. The Spellblade could have 3 specs: an Arcane Duelist spec for enhancing melee strikes with precision arcane damage, a Chronomancer spec focused on time-based spells that slow and manipulate enemies in combat, and a Ward Specialist spec for creating magical barriers and enhancing group defenses. Spellblades would add a lore-rich role perfect for fans of the arcane arts, offering both DPS and support roles with a focus on arcane finesse. So, there you have it. 8 class ideas that would bring new playstyles, roles, and rich lore to Classic Plus. Of course, not all of them can or should be implemented, but I'd like to know what you think. Which one would you want to play? or do you have other ideas for new classes? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, that's it for today. It was a lot of fun brainstorming these ideas, and I appreciate you sticking around to listen to me ramble about them. If you haven't yet, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more classic content. I really appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take it easy, guys.